G'day guys, Steve with Broken Sprocket. In this video I'm going to be doing an oil change service on the Suzuki RMX450Z. I had a couple of requests from some subscribers, so let's get started. Okay, the first thing we need to do is get the old drain plug and drop the oil into the dirty old sump pan. The engine has been running for a little while, so the oil is nice and warm and will flow nice and easy. You'll notice I've also removed the bash plate. Even though it has a little oil drainer section here, I find that the oil still lands on top and it goes underneath, and it's just a pain, so much easier to remove it. And when I remove that side cover on the engine casing, it seems to get in the way, so it's easier just to take it off. Now to remove this bolt, which holds a pre-filter. I now want to remove my gear shifter so I can get this cover off. Okay, there's another pre-filter behind this cover here. Now this is your magneto cover, which is got a magnet in it, and it kind of makes it stick, and when you pull it off, all of your starter gears will fall off as well, so don't freak out, it's going to happen. We just put them all back in when we put it together. You'll notice I started at the very top and I'm going clockwise around getting out each bolt because they're all different lengths, and I'm placing them down as I started. So that one was the first, second, and then I can start, when I put it back together, I know which bolt goes where. Now to remove this cover. It will try and push itself on because it is magnetic. And these starter gears will fall off. Okay, you'll see that this is your stator and it's magnetic, so it pulls everything off. You'll see that this gear has fallen out, same with this piece, so I'll just take it off for now, put it here. The washer here has come off. Now I know that that one would go there, so place it back there. This drive, take this out and put this back in this gear. Actually make sure that nothing's falling out from behind it. Now the reason for taking it off is because I want to take this here off, and this is your oil pickup, and there's another filter under here that needs to be cleaned, or at least needs to be checked anyway. And now just to carefully take it out. Okay, now that I have this taken off, you'll see a little pre-filter in here. It's actually quite clean, but there's a circlip that holds it on, but I'll take it out just for the sake of the video. Okay, just get some circlip pliers, remove the circlip. And that's it there. As you can see, it's quite clean, but we'll give it a wash anyway. Along with the other filter here, it's also quite clean. I just got a little container with a little bit of petrol in it. I'm just going to chuck these little filters in there, and they can sit there and have a bit of a wash. Now's a good time just to take out any other oil you can see laying about. Tilt the bike a bit and get all that old oil. Okay, this is the 3 filters that are in the bike. 2 pre-filters that get reused and cleaned, and they have been cleaned, and this one here is a replacement filter. It must be replaced. It's a cartridge filter that needs to be replaced after every oil change. It's not reusable. Okay, now with this little pre-filter cleaned, it's time just to put it back in. It wasn't dirty anyway, but for the sake of the video, if your one is dirty, it shows you how to clean it. Get your circlip pliers, put that circlip back in. There's a little notch on the inside. be sure to make sure that it goes into the notch. There we go, you can hear it click. Make sure it's around all the way and in that notch. Now we'd install this back into the bike. Now be sure to not over tighten these bolts. You don't want to strip them out. It's now time to reinstall this magneto cover. And because I started at the top and I go clockwise, I know which bolt will go into which location. Again, you do not want to over tighten these bolts. Now time for this little pre-filter to go back in. And this sump plug. Gear shifter back on. Okay, at this side of the bike now where that other cartridge filter is, this is the one that needs to be removed and replaced with a new one. Now there's a little spring on this, so make sure you don't lose it. It's good also to have a look inside these filters and make sure there's no particles. This one here is very clean, there are no particles in it, so that's a good sign. Simply put the new cartridge in. The oil cap has a little O-ring that goes around the edge of it. It's good to inspect that O-ring and make sure it's not damaged in any way. The oil cap back on and make sure the spring is back in there. Okay, this bike requires 1200 mils of oil. You can either measure the oil, 1200 mils, put it in the bike, or you can just take out this little bung here, and when the oil comes out of there, that means that it's got the required amount in it. I'll measure 1200 mils and we'll put 1200 mils in and see if any comes out here at 1200 mils. See how accurate this bung is. Okay, I've just had the engine running for 3 minutes, which is what it says in the manual to do. Now I've got to let it sit for 2 minutes for the oil level to settle, and then just crack this screw off again to check the oil level, and that's what it says to do in the manual. Okay, the oil level should have settled now, so we'll see if any comes out. If it needs some more, it needs a little bit taken out. It needs a little bit more. That's it. Just let the rest of that drain out. Rightio, put this back in there. Replace the oil filler cap. As far as the 1200 mil test went, I think it took about 1100 mils until it started to come out of that bun. I had to level the bike out on the stand. It didn't quite sit quite level, so I've chocked it up here with these things so that the bike's level so it gets a correct reading. Hey, watch this video next, or go to the Broken Sprocket video library and choose another top video. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. After all, it's for free and guaranteed to make your day 20% better. If you're already a subscriber and you're having a bad day, just think it could have been 20% worse. You can also follow Broken Sprocket on Instagram. So, I'll see you in the next video.